What is up, everybody? Share it out to your friends. We got Cation episode 3. We're waiting for Mr. Radke. I don't know where he is. He's always late to work. We're docking him. We're docking him. We are docking him in pay. We are docking him in pay. Share the live out to anyone who may want to get some communication today. What's up, Steve? What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Today's topic. We got a great topic today, folks. Got a great topic. There he is. He's in the house. He's late to work again. We're docking him.
What's up, Bubba? I was
What's
here.
up? Oh, man. Come on. We're docking you, bro. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Here. Doctor
Negative,
pay, doctor pay.
negative 50.
That's fine. -50. Damn, we can make good money here, I guess, huh? Uh,
What's up, man?
I was doing a little, not recon, but some stuff for the live. But I was just writing it down, but I didn't realize it already hit 5 o'clock.
Do, do, do,
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Where
The goal
to
for tonight.
buy silver and gold? Where to buy is what we're going to talk about today.
What's up, Irish?
No,
No
no
band?
more Venmo. Venmo is gone. It's permanently banned. Permanently banned. For
Again?
the Yep. This time it's permanent.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, permanent ban. They said I violated community guidelines.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And now they're holding my money hostage.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah, they're holding all my money hostage until Friday when they're finished their investigation.
Oh, pum, pum, pum.
I don't know what they're investigating, but they're holding my money hostage till Friday. So anyone who pays me Venmo, we do not have Venmo. If anybody else I'll speak to on the side, you guys already know what you can do. But any new buyers are going to be PayPal and Zelle, Apple Pay only.
Wowza.
But, if you
Wowza,
know, you
wowza,
know.
wowza.
If you know, you know. So, anyway, guys, today's topic, as you can see, is where to buy silver and gold. Welcome to episode 3. Episode 3.
Yeah, we'll call it 3. I mean, we had the pilot, and then we got the, you know, this is the second, like, real full show.
Okay. Well, we're going with what? Are we going
Well,
with
we're going to
2 or
go
are we
3.
going with
That's
3?
fine. We'll go 3.
Fine. We're going 3. 3 it is.
3 it is.
Jeremy says 3, so we're gonna go 3. So we
A
usually
minute.
wait. We usually wait till about 8:05 before we start our education section. Guys, remember, hang your questions to the end of the live. If you hang your questions to the end of the live, we will pick some in the back half of the hour. We will pick some questions if you have some questions about the topic. Or anything you'd like added, talked about into future shows. Um, we can talk about. We will say that today's live.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's
What's up, Brent?
live.
Is brought to you by the letter C.
Okay, today's live. Sorry, text came through. Sorry.
Yeah.
Today's live is sponsored by two great individuals, Crush Bullion is sponsoring today's live. Mr. Jason Filipina and Freddie Ubis from FU Bullion are sponsoring
Beautiful.
today's live. They put a large cash donation down to me and Jeremy. They put a large cash donation down to execute shows. It was such a big donation that we might even have a studio to do the lives in next week. One in Carson City and one in New Jersey. So
Well,
big thank you to Jay Silipina and Fred Ubis of Crush Bullion and FU Bullion for their lovely sponsorship of today's live. So that
thank
being
you
said,
guys.
yeah, dude,
Um,
we're gonna have a
this is
sound
all brand
studio.
new news to me.
Yeah, I was gonna text you, but something
You were
happened, and
counting the
then
zeros.
yeah, something happened, and yeah, it just never happened.
I
Um,
understand.
so
I understand. Yeah.
so anyway, guys, share the live out to anyone that is interested in coin education. As today we're going to talk about a hot topic. Hot topic is going to be pros and cons of where to buy your precious metals. That's it. As simple as that. We're going to go through all of the places as you could purchase precious metals, and we're going to give pros and cons to each one. Um, so, like I said, share the live
I
out,
gotta tell
guys.
you, I got this breakdown that I did on
Mhm,
this one particular item, just one item, just to see. I went to just four basic places where people purchase items from, and it is gonna blow your mind
mhm.
the price range for this item. It is,
That
I mean, yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah,
So,
it's gonna
so
blow your mind.
So okay. So 8:05 usually is where we're going to start. We're 8:07. Like I said, share the live out, guys. We want to get as many people in here as possible. We do have a little gift goal up there, the little live hosts. If we could try to fill that goal, it makes TikTok very happy when we do that. When you fill those live goals,
Get some
they're
off
very,
our tail. Yeah,
gets them off of our butts. If you finish up their live goals, it's just a little thing you can click right up here. And we're not saying you have to participate, but it does help the algorithm. It does help with everything, as well as the heart me's and all that. And future
no,
uh, down the line, guys, we are going to have a Coinication account. Okay, and on that Coinication account, we are going to start with a big monthly giveaway that we're
big
going to
man.
take all of the money that's generated
Yep,
um,
give it
all the
right back.
money all the money that's generated from that, and we're going to put it into silver and gold giveaways once a month for you guys. So that's in the future. That was one of the announcements we were talking about. But anyway, let's get to the topic: where to buy silver and gold. Okay, so here's the big question: why does the location matter? Why does it matter where you buy it? Well, let's start with the goal of what we're all doing. The goal, whether you're a stacker or a seller, or just somebody who just likes it, uh, the goal is to acquire the maximum amount of precious metals for your dollar. So that's what we're
With the
trying to
least
do.
amount of money. Yeah.
We want you to acquire the most amount of precious metals for your dollar. Now, the challenge. Here is the challenge. The challenge is, where do you find that balance? Because the best price could be a scam. There's a balance between low premiums, which, if you were here last week, you learned about premiums, low premiums, trusted authenticity, and secured delivery. They're the three main things that come with it. Low premiums, trusted authenticity, that the product that you're purchasing is genuine, and that when you purchase it, you're going to receive it in a timely fashion. They're the three main. I'm sure we can agree on that, right, Jeremy? That's our three
100%.
biggest things. Now,
Yeah.
there's many avenues, and we're going to go through them as pros and cons. Um, from your online .coms. I call them the .coms. You'll hear me refer to them as the big .coms. Your
Hmm.
local coin shops, direct from the mints, which you can purchase direct from almost every sovereign mint. Online dealers, via Facebook, whatnot, TikTok, um, or your coin shows,
Yeah.
or your peer to peer, which means I call up Jeremy and I say, "Hey, Jeremy, I got a deal. I got 10 ounce bars, spots 5120. I'm going to give them to you for 4,900. You want all 10." That would be a peer to peer deal. No strings
I would
attached, no
say
nothing.
absolutely, but charge someone else for
So let's talk about the key criterias to finding the best place to buy. Now, when we're talking about the best place to buy, like I said, there's numerous factors that go into it, and everybody is different. So, but regardless of where you purchase, you want three things. You want to trust them and that they have a reputation.
them. Yep.
You want to take a look at their pricing versus their premium. And you want to look at one other thing, which people seem to miss uh, the liquidity. The liquidity means if I buy a bunch from you, okay, if I buy a bunch from you and in 6 months, spot goes up to 50 to $60 from 50, can I sell this stuff back to you and cash in on my investment? That's important to some people. And when you're looking for
Yeah.
the best place to buy, most places are buy and sell. Buy, sell, trade is mostly how precious metals works. So let's start off with the number one. Obviously, we're going to go number one, which I recommend, and not only because I do it. We're talking about purchasing off of TikTok live streams. Okay. When you're purchasing off of TikTok live streams, for example, um,
Myself.
myself, Radkey, people like Truby's Vault, people like IMT, people like Hawk. Not skipping out anybody. I just threw a couple on the list. There's many others that sell actually do buy it now lives. That you can go into and you can reach out to us about any of them and we will give you an exact example. But pretty much anyone who heard those names, they know who those people are and that they are accredited. So TikTok live
Andy,
streams,
you're
okay?
amazing. Thank you.
So let's talk about why TikTok live streams are great to purchase from. Well, one, you're going to get the lowest premiums in the world. It's the only place where the consumer can get wholesale pricing at a consistently by purchasing single items. And I'm sure Jeremy will be able to, when he gives this example of once we get through this, we'll show you.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So you will be able to purchase from most TikTok sellers at a wholesale pricing consistently, but only buying one item. Not buying 500 like wholesalers buy, not buying 5,000, buying one. Now let's talk about selection. I call it a selective weekly selection. So not only do most sellers have a vast selection of the coolest precious metals there is to offer, there's usually three or four different hosts on where you can surf around and find the items that you enjoy. Whether you enjoy notes, whether you enjoy bullion, whether you enjoy coins, whether you enjoy searching for wheat pennies, there's usually somebody on selling them at the most competitive rate out there. Why is it convenient? It's super convenient because you can do it from your house. You can pop on and say, "What's up?" It also has an entertainment value. The entertainment value is it's face to face. We're talking to you. We're explaining what's going on in real time so you know what it is. That's some of the pros that I got. And then if we get into the cons, you have to wait for shipping. You have to wait for shipping. It doesn't matter what you do. We don't live in the same state. We don't live in the same area. It's going to have to get shipped to you. So you're going to have to wait to receive your item. You're not going to get the instant gratification. The other con is the times. Your favorite host, i.e., myself, Jeremy, many others, we only do about one or two shows a week. So you have to wait for the hosts that you like and enjoy to come on to purchase. And the last one for anything to do with the TikTok sellers is scammers. It's so easy to scam somebody on this platform. These
100%.
guys these guys put out these videos, and people that are new, they jump on and they go, "Oh well, I can buy a silver bar for $37 and spots 50. I'm buying 20 of them,"
Yeah.
and they never get it. So that's definitely a con. But I think the for everything that you wanted to hit based on low premiums, trusted authenticity, and secure delivery, which is the biggest goals, I think the TikTok live streams hit them as hard as humanly possible. So that's one category. Now we're going to go to category number two. We're going to call this what I call, and you'll hear me refer to this all the time as the dot coms, the dot com dealers. You know, these are your
Yep.
examples. You got your AppMax, you got your ST Bullion, you got your JM Bullion. These are large scaled companies. Okay. They have some of their pros, or they have consistent premiums across the board. They have massive sales, massive volume. So they are able to offer the most consistent per ounce premiums, and even better when you buy large orders. So
You would think.
you would
You
think,
would think.
but it's consistent.
It's
It's not
consistent,
it's
but
not
you
the
would think.
best.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the other thing that they give, that another pro that they give that the TikTok sellers can't give you, is they have a huge selection. That they have the biggest selections in the world. They carry
Oh,
everything
hands
from
down. Yeah.
fractionals all the way up to kilos to kilo. You can buy a 100-ounce gold bar. Most of
Sure.
the TikTok guys aren't going to be having those items flashing on their live stream.
Of
Most,
course.
some may, but most. They're also going to have access to all the specialty coins, all the collectibles, all the Hot Wheels,
Limited
Barbie.
editions and yeah, all that
Yep,
kind of stuff. Yeah.
yep. They're going to have all that. Now, your convenience. Where's your convenience come in with them? It's 24 hours. It's from the house. It's from your couch. You could
Yeah.
pop on their website and you said, "Hey, I want a 5 ounce Silvertown bar. Boop, 5 ounce Silvertown bar. Boop, boop, bloop, bloop, bloop. You
And
got a
your
5 ounce.
trust factor goes
Mm-hmm,
down to where you don't have to be as scared
mm-hmm,
as well. Now that isn't always true because there are a lot of fake and bakes out there of these bigger sites
mm-hmm.
as well. You got to make sure you're on
Absolutely.
the actual right site because I've literally seen just was on a site yesterday of a gentleman sent me that it was a site where it had prices significantly lower than where anybody in their right mind would be able to purchase it at, even
Mm-hmm,
no matter dealer, wholesaler, whatever. And it looked just identical to the real site. And it was, it was not it. It was off by it was or it was dot US instead of US.
oh
And
wow,
that was the only thing that was different, but everything looked normal. So when you go
wow.
to type it in, you would never even think about it. And when you Google it, it comes right up. And yeah, I'm sure many people have purchased, and then like when they went back to the other company and said, "Hey, look, I bought X, Y, and Z from you.
Mm-hmm.
Where's X, Y, and Z?" And they're like, "We've never purchased, or you've never purchased anything from us." And
Yeah,
they have
that's crazy.
invoices and everything. And it's
Wow.
pretty scary.
Oh,
It can be scary. So the one thing that I would say that is beneficial to getting another beneficial point of getting from somebody that's on TikTok. Now, this is not for everybody, but you actually have when you do it like we do it on the bin lives and Truby and those other guys, you actually have a physical voice, a human being behind it. You're not just going on some website on some whatever. You see their hands, you see their voice, or you hear their voice. Sometimes we'll show their faces,
mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. There's a lot more to it than just buying here, buying there, buying here, buying there. Because I'm telling you right now, even the dot coms or the big sites can be faked. They are, and they're getting much better, and it's getting much harder to do, especially with all the AI stuff.
That's crazy. That was going to be one of the other cons that I had that Jeremy just nailed on the head. The face to face. When you're buying from these .com sites, you don't get that face to face interaction, and you don't get to
Yep,
inspect. You
100%.
don't. You don't get to inspect the item. Like when I show an item that I'm going to
Yeah.
sell, or any of the other sellers, we show an item. this is the item you're buying 9 times out of 10.
Yep. That
You know,
exact piece, yeah.
yeah. I mean, maybe if I have 100 buffaloes, you might not
Couple
see
of
the
them
one
or
you're,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
when you're buying a singular piece, you seeing the piece, you know what piece you're getting. Whether they're serialized, not serialized. That's the piece that you're
Sure.
getting. And the last thing that you see with these dot coms that'll blow your mind is what I like to call the payment hurdles. So they'll throw out this ad or they'll throw you a text message. SD Bullion's big for this. They'll throw you a text message and it'll say silver for 25 cents over melt. Okay, you click on it, you get to their site and you click on it, and then you see as low as
And
$25, 25 cents over
since
spot.
as low as,
So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, so that goes when you buy over 100 pieces and
Hmm.
you feel confident enough to give that site your banking information, your buyer information, for you to send them a payment directly from your bank account. So
Yeah.
when you see these numbers, they don't always mean one piece. So when I say, okay, that's a 5 ounce bar, it's 250 bucks for this piece. It's 250 bucks. It's not 250 bucks if you can mail me a check. It's still 250 bucks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
It don't
I
matter.
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. It's 250 bucks. It doesn't change. And so that's that. That's
And
that's that's your dot coms.
on
Now
that
we
note, I want to stop you real quick, and
yeah,
I want to give my example because it
yeah.
falls right into play right there. So I went on and I just thought, let's just see like a hypothetical, okay? So I went on to four different sites, your main sites that a lot of people use, okay? And it's obviously Mex is a big one, okay? Once again, guys, we are not promoting or discouraging you. You do what you may with your hard-earned money, okay? We're just showing you the information, okay? So I want that to
Mhm.
be known and know that we are not trying to push any one way to do it. We're just telling you the information. You do with it what you may. Max. So I went and I took one basic Buffalo round, okay? Pretty much your most basic 1 ounce of silver that you can get, okay? A Buffalo round. And I went to AppMax and I typed it in. And for one item, today's spot as of 4 4:22 p.m. my time, which was about an hour ago, it would have been 57.50. Okay, now that's just for the round. That's not if you had to, if depending on the state and stuff, if you have to pay taxes, which you don't have to do on TikTok. um, but we'll get to that in a second. But 57.5 fees, none of that kind of stuff. So that's where that was. Okay, so that's what six? What did I say? It was 650 over spot. Then you got the Bay. Okay, a lot of people go on the Bay. Once again, you fall under your if it's real, if it's not. So you're taking a huge risk going on the Bay. Once again, 1 ounce basic sold comp, 58.53. Okay, that's before any fees, anything. Okay, excuse me. The last one was five over. That one was six and a half over. Then I then we'll talk about TikTok. TikTok, you're gonna get most genuine sellers that aren't here to take you to the cleaners are going to get you between $1.50 to two, maybe two and a half over spot. Okay, I would say probably $1.50 to $2 is going to be your fairest number on a basic buffalo-ish type round. Okay. And then you got shipping, but there is no taxes. There are no general other fees. Now, the big one that drives me nuts, it's probably my biggest pet peeve, and I hate to do it, but I gotta do it, Coins TV. Went to coinstv.com. I swear to you guys, you go look it up yourself. I did 1 ounce buffalo round, and will you know that they are asking 64.95 right now for that item?
Sheesh. He's
That
got
is
three.
13, almost $14 over.
And he's got 300 plus people in his live every time he goes live.
And every time he goes live, he has 300, yeah, plus the 300 to 500 people, and they are buying stuff by the masses.
It's
Could you
crazy.
imagine if some of those people listen to what we're saying right now? We got
Hmm.
6 people in here.
What's up,
It's
Fresh?
incredible. It's incredible that people. This is why we wanted to do this, because we
Hmm.
want to bring the information, because there are 300 people that are paying, and this is their basic stuff, $13, $6, $9, over the amount that they could get at other locations
This is the
and
education
still
part.
get the same thing. But it's the educate exactly. It's
Yep.
not knowing. I mean, we go and we all do it. We go places, we buy things, we never question the price. Okay,
Hmm.
and look at how much money is being lost by these individuals when things are so hard right now, and people are doing this like Rob opened the show. We're talking about trying to get your best bang for your buck, and, and making it worth your while to where you can turn it around down the
Type in.
road and make a good investment now to turn around down the road and possibly put some more money in your bank account, or into your family's bank account if something happens to you.
Absolutely.
But
So,
when you're buying it at such a huge charge, you're so behind the curve. It's like buying a car. You lose half the money
yeah,
once you make the purchase.
yep,
Just keep
yep,
that in mind,
yep,
guys. Keep that in mind. But
yep.
I'll let Rob go back to where he was at.
So,
I have to say that right there.
oh no, absolutely. I mean, it's totally the thing, and it's what we're going to kind of get into with our next place to buy, where a lot of people use this, and we're going to go with eBay, guys. eBay.
Yeah,
Um, there is pros to buying on eBay. Again, similar to buying from those .com sites where you can find pretty much anything. You could type in anything you want. Um, You can type in anything you want, and I guarantee it'll bring it up. Whether it's vintage, whether it's unique, whether it's a rare numismatic piece, whether it's a collectible, that is very difficult to find on any of these other places. I can guarantee you'll be able to find on eBay, and and the difference with eBay and buying from the .coms and buying from people like us on TikTok is that if you're patient, you can find that item, possibly win it in an auction because they do a lot of auctions over there where you could actually get that item for a better price than you can get it anywhere else. But you have to be patient with eBay to find the bargains. Now, here's your cons. 5 out of 10 items that you purchase off of eBay are more than likely going to be
100%,
counterfeit.
Anthony.
Uh, they're they're going to be counterfeit. eBay is flooded with fakes. eBay is flooded with even numismatic coins that 1909 SVDB. Everybody knows about the 1909 SVDB penny. Buy one of them off eBay and take it to your local coin shop and have them look at it. I've tried it twice and I was right both times. They're stamping the S's on there. They're getting S's on there to make them look like they're 1909 SVDBs worth thousands, and they're really just 1909 VDB pennies that are worth you know
eight
$60.
dollars or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, depending on
yeah.
their condition. Yeah, eight
Yep.
to $60 depending on condition. Yeah,
So yeah, and then the other thing with eBay is
you know everybody's selling off eBay. Yeah,
if you buy a numismatic coin, and by numismatic coin I mean anything that is has a dollar value from a sovereign mint, you will 100%, no matter where you live, have to pay taxes on it,
yeah.
which increases that price. And when people are looking at eBay for comps, they have to remember that the sold comps don't include tax. They don't include tax if it's a numismatic coin. They includes the sold price before tax and shipping. So when you see American Silver Eagles on there sold for $65, say it's an MS70, and you see it sold for $65, the tax and
It's
shipping
closer
are
to
not in.
80.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just remember that when you're looking at eBay for comps, if it's numismatic, um, and most of your collectibles and novelty items are sovereign mint coins. If they say Republic de Cameroon, if they say Nayu, if they say France, if they say anything, that means it's a taxable item and they're going to be taxed by it.
hundred
So
percent.
remember that when you're looking at eBay comps. But again, eBay, you can get stuff off of auctions if you're going from reputable sellers. Make sure they got 100% feedback when you're buying from them. Make sure you look at their reviews and make sure when the item comes in, you have it tested to make sure that it is genuine. Because
Yeah,
and the one thing that we always like to say, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. If you see one
yeah.
ounce coins,
In the coin world, people, there
yeah,
is no such thing as it's too good to be true. You found that one guy that his dad left him, 5,000
yeah,
ounces, and he's just trying to get rid of it and all that kind of stuff. It is so it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
no,
And
no,
real quick, guys, I do
no,
want to say happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there, guys, serving
absolutely,
or served. You guys, the reason we can do this and the reason we are here today and being able to talk about coins and enjoy our freedom is because of you. And we appreciate everything that you've done for us and our families and our country. I just wanted to
absolutely.
throw that out there.
I should probably throw this out there just for Veterans Day
Yeah,
from one of our
little
sponsors, from our Crush Bullion sponsors. So
yeah.
again, moving on, we're gonna go old school here, guys. The next two are gonna be old school. Okay, old school ways of doing it. Okay, the local coin shop.
You
Do not knock your local coin shop. Okay,
ever.
because the local coin shop, okay, they've been there for years, and they got a ton of stuff that they have on display that they're showing. And the one thing I can tell you with your local coin shop, if you want to get deals, okay, building a relationship with your local coin shop is the best way to get anything, whether you're a seller, whether you're a stacker, build a relationship with them. They're buying at an incredible undermelt rate. They're able to send them. If you're someone that you build a relationship with, they will pass those deals on to you where you could possibly get stuff under milk. Go in there, build a relationship with them, talk to them, hang out with them. Bullshit about coins, bullshit about what you like, and I guarantee you, you're build a relationship with them, they're going to sling you some deals when something comes in that you like. Say a
Yeah,
big fan of you're a big fan of Engelhard, and a guy comes in and sells your local shop a bunch of Engelhard. You go in there and you chat it up with him that you like Engelhard. As soon as that Engelhard walks in the door and he buys it, he wants it sold. So he's going to say, "Oh man, I'm gonna call Rob. I know Rob loves Engelhard, so I'm gonna call Rob. Rob's going to come in here and buy all this Engelhard for extremely cheap." So
yeah,
build a relationship with your local coin guys. They're not doing super high volume. They're doing it out of passion, and they will hook you up with really good deals because they want to move product so they can buy more. They only have so much capital. So if they can get, they can get deals and they can find people that'll buy these deals. Make sure you pop in there and check them out and build a relationship with them because
yeah.
that's
And
where you're gonna.
on that note, guys, really, this business is so much to do with building relationships with other
Yep.
sellers, with other buyers, with other people. And you got to remember the people that come in. Like people think, oh, I got a bunch of silver. I can throw it on a table. I can sell it. I can do this. I can do that. The problem is we have done this for a long time. Okay, people, I can't tell you how many times people will come and they'll say, "Oh, I never get any people in my room. Oh, I never can sell anything. Oh, whatever." It's because you have to build relationships with people. You got to build that trust.
Hmm.
So no matter what you do in this world of coins or numismatics or stacking bullion or whatever, that like Rob said, building that rapport, that relationship is going to get you so much farther and get you so much just a better deal all the way around if you do that than not.
What's
Why
up,
so
Mark?
serious, baby? What's up, Mark? and
So
that's going to help you guys. I promise you that.
yeah, if you're new to this platform, I will tell you that the only thing that will get you to the point where some of the other people are is time. Okay.
Yeah,
The biggest guys on here were little guys at one point. The biggest
yeah.
guys
We
on
all
here
started at the beginning. Yeah,
were little guys on here. And now they're the big guys. And they did it by taking time and
yeah,
consistency and doing it in a way that was, through and through. But like I said, old school ways, guys, old school ways. You got your coin shops. And then the other old school way of purchasing precious metals was going to your coin shows and your coin expert. So when you go to a coin show, it's similar to TikTok. Okay. Except they only happen, maybe once a month in your area, maybe twice a year in some areas. Um,
sure,
so we on TikTok are almost like an everyday coin show where you have so many
sure.
dealers that you can go through the rooms and sit and hang and watch and purchase and buy what you want to buy. But the old school way was you had to wait for your coin show to come where you could go and there would be 50, 60 dealers and each one of them had specific and you walk around the room and you look for, okay, this guy's got the cheapest price. I'm going to buy it from him.
Yep,
And, the other thing is that's a face to face thing. You get to see it, you get to take it, you get to walk away with it. Same as your coin
yep,
shop. That's
yeah.
that's a big pro to your coin shop and coin shows is that you get to walk away with it that day and have it in your hands and
Never
you
let
don't
on
have to
six.
wait for it. So
Yeah,
that's
extremely
huge.
true.
Cons again, we just went through it. Your local coin show only comes around maybe once a month, maybe twice a year. So you don't get that as much time to go in weekly and purchase, what you can safely and securely purchase with your budget. Um, and then the other thing is a lot of those shows are all cash. So you got to go in there. If you're going to buy a lot, you have to be walking around with a lot of cash, which is a little scary. Going to your shop or to a show, walking around with that much physical cash in your pocket is definitely a danger, especially in this day and age. Um, so now, kind of like the last two parts of this is last two places where you can really buy. I touched on one, but the one is direct from these government mints. You can buy direct from the U.S. Mint. And a lot of those items you're going to buy at more than likely the rock bottom price that you're ever going to see it at. So if the U.S. Mint releases it, with the exception, and I'm going to give you the exception, okay, at the rock bottom price at release time. If you want it at release time, uh, you're going to get it at the rock bottom price. Now, where you're going to see your ability to get any of these government mint items released is when they go through the multiple channels. They get sold to a coin shop. They get bought from, uh, say, let's use, it's Veterans Day. Let's use the Army Privy American Silver Eagle. Okay.
You go,
It's a, it was $150 on release day. Okay.
right.
Released and it was $150 and everybody got them. That was the rock bottom price. Anybody who had it that day was selling it for more than the government mint's price. They were probably 160, 165 if you wanted to purchase one outright for, say a pre-sale type deal. And also, the only way to get it any lower is, wait. That four-letter word that everybody hates, time.
Yep,
So if you wait some time, there's going to be coin shops that, say Jeremy or myself was hard on times and we had to take our Army Privy ASE and take it to the coin shop and sell it to them. Well, you know what
yep,
they're going to give you? They're going to give you a couple dollars under melt for it.
yep.
So now that is how the premium drops. Time. If you're patient, you wait for people to have to sell theirs to coin shops, then they get into the hands of dealers, then that price can come down a little bit. That's exactly how the market works, and that's with anything. I'm just using that Army Privy as an example.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, guys, we do buy as well.
Hmm.
If anybody is ever looking to
Hmm.
sell or to upgrade their
Yep.
collections and want to trade it up, like trade in all their silver for gold, we do have multiple channels. Like we said, we've been doing this a long time. We have multiple channels to do it. If we don't have it, most likely we can get it.
Yep. And that leads right what Jeremy just said leads to the last item on the list of where you can buy silver and gold. That's peer to peer. That's picking up the phone, sending a text message. Like I said earlier, if I got 100 ounces in 10-ounce bars, I could hit up Jeremy and say, "Yo, I got 100 ounces, man. I'm gonna let him go for 49, 49.50. You
Yeah,
could take them all." And Jeremy would be like, "Man, that's a smoking hot deal. That's like $2 under spot." So that's
yeah,
where your premiums get crushed. That's where, items are able to reduce in price from market release prices is when somebody has a bunch of them and they're willing to let them go for a cheaper price than under melt. He purchases them, then he could sell them for the proper price of, that $1.50, $2, $3, depending on what the bar is, over melt, the spot plus premium, and he could sell for the proper price on his live, and that's how he makes a profit. Versus, I was able to sell a bulk amount and make capital plus a profit.
yeah.
So,
And
in,
remember,
in
guys, all these guys have to put that money out. It all comes around. It just all moving around. So, with when you purchase, you try to buy at the right time and just hope for the best. So remember that goes for everybody. We're not we do the same thing you guys are doing, just on a usually a larger scale. So that's
Mhm,
why we're able to get it a little bit cheaper. And when I say
mhm,
little, I mean very little bit cheaper, and then bring the deals to you guys. So remember that, guys, when you come in and want to buy stuff, when you're
mhm,
asking for us to give it to you cheaper, when we're telling you, and just like my breakdown that I gave you earlier, the cheapest out of everybody except for the TikTokers was going to be your Amex or Apmex, and that there was 550
mhm,
over a spot. So I mean, and that's for basic people around. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you're going into these lives, and show them the respect that they should be given, because they put in the
absolutely.
time, they put in the work, they put in their money, they put in everything to put it on
Mhm,
their table at the greatest price that they feel that they can. Don't
mhm.
don't oh, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of, but don't you
Discount their
know
prices.
yeah, exactly. Don't disregard that they're doing what they need to do to continue their journey in their business. If you don't want to go there, then move on. That's just like any store you go into. If you don't want to buy a shirt at $60, you go to the next store and maybe you'll get it for 40, or maybe it will
Exactly.
be 80. So just keep that in
Exactly.
mind.
So in conclusion on this, so if anybody in the chat has any questions or anybody has anything they've been waiting to put in there, go ahead and put in any questions or, like I said, suggestions for upcoming shows. But in conclusion, to where to buy silver and gold, let's just go through the conclusion. Uh, Obviously, what you are looking for is a combination of the lowest premium and selection. And in those, in my experience, any of the TikTok sellers are usually going to be the winner for lowest premiums and a vast weekly selection. If you're combining all of the different sellers, you can always purchase somebody off of somebody for probably the best price and pretty much
Yeah,
find anything else. Um, if you're looking for that immediate, like I want to purchase this and I want it right now and I want it today, your best bet is probably going to be your local coin shows where you can run through 50, 60 dealers, find a 5 ounce bar that you want, and leave with it
I'm
that
taking
day.
home. Yeah,
And that's your immediate possession. Um, and in conclusion, he said how much? 310. In conclusion,
haven't
um,
love yet.
what's up, Johnny? In conclusion, always check when you're purchasing, whether it's from anybody. Make sure they're established. Go based off of your spot price, which you find on Kitco, plus the premium that's going to
Yep.
be charged to keep the lights on. And then check all of your places. You can check eBay, you can check AppMax, you can check your local shop before you decide to purchase that item. Make sure you're purchasing it at the best price. So that is really what we
And when
got. We
you
got.
go, yep, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when you go to look at those prices, though, make sure that you are looking at the proper thing. Okay, make sure that you remember there are fees, there are taxes, there are, if you buy so many, you'll get that price. It's not just you buy one item and you get that. Especially with these bigger .coms, there's, if you buy 30 of them, then you get it. But if you wire the money and you do this and you do that and all of that. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you're looking at the prices, so that when you go back to these lives and you tell these people, "Hey, look, I found it at this much at this site. Can you match it?" Be fair across the board, and I guarantee you, if the person isn't up, if they're on the up and up, they're gonna do you right. They're gonna do you right.
Absolutely. Like I
So
said, if anybody has any questions, don't forget our sponsors for today's live. They donated a wing in Jersey. They donated a wing studio in Carson City, Nevada for later shows. They're going under construction. We're going to call it the big
exciting.
beautiful. We're going to call it the big beautiful studio. Thank you to our sponsors, Crush Bullion, Mr. Jason Salapina, and FU
F. U.
Bullion, Mr.
William.
Fred Ubis. Thank you guys for the $1.5 million donations. We appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Uh, we're going to get right to working
Daddy
on
getting a
those
new wheelchair.
wings. This is for our veterans out there, this was a beautiful piece poured by
Dude,
Crush
that is
Bullion. Check.
amazing. I
Yeah,
I didn't I thought I saw that, but we're gonna talk about that.
that's a 2 ounce piece. That's an expensive piece. It's got a little bit of a premium to it, but that was poured by Crush Bullion. Both of those guys doing great things. So make sure you support your local poor guys. And that's
100%.
really what we got on purchasing. Now there is while we got a little time, we got about 12 minutes. I don't see any questions.
Yeah.
Here's another topic that we're going to go into way more in depth. Let's talk about our real quick endeavor into your TikTok card runners and your whatnot games,
Oh, yeah.
which they are another way um, to uh, to get precious metals and at an extremely cheap price. And if you don't know what I mean by card runners, I mean by people that run these. The pull strip cards, like Mr. Irish, like Radkey. I was a runner for a long time. Like Mr. Johnny Laviolette. He runs great games. Um, this item, like I said, $310. So we'd probably put that on a card for $40 a spot. Okay. So 45 a spot. That covers your shipping and the time it takes to run the game. Now, if these are 45 a spot, you're going right down the line. So you got 10 people contributing to this bar. Now you pull this
Yeah.
strip and somebody wins this bar for $45.
Yep.
That is your benefits to playing on the games. Now they have games like that on Whatnot too, where you have wheels and you can buy spins on the wheel, and you win a 1 grammer or you win a 10 ounce.
Sure.
HD says, "Give me the four."
All right.
um,
Here we go.
Yeah. So, and then, what they
Or
also
less.
do,
Yeah, even less. Exactly. Because
exactly.
there's
So, let's just break it down. We'll just do it. Say it was 40 a spot. Say it was
on a
40 a
mini. Exactly.
spot. Say it was
Yeah.
40 a spot. That would be your main card. Now you would do $8 a spot for two mains would be your next card. So if you played $8 on this and won and got to here, now you just won this $300 bar
For
for
possibly $8.
possibly $8.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to say you need to average down on your stack, you want to play a couple games. That'll help you. um, that'll help
Six.
you. Irish 6 to 6. I can sell. I
No,
guarantee you,
six
I
to
can
six.
sell. I guarantee you, I can sell that motherfucker right now.
Right? We
But
fill it
that's
shit right now.
yeah, we'll fill it right now, man. Let's go. Who else wants a spot? Oh, Maine's only 40. No, we're not doing no games,
Right?
guys.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah. No, that's one of the rules. As much as
Yep.
I'd
This
love
is not
to,
for
we're
that.
not,
This is not
it's
for
not
that.
for
Yeah.
that. So, you also, so you have that opportunity when you see these guys. Let's see who would have won. So Irish got the 3. Yes,
I'm
Venmo's
taking the
gone,
eight.
guys. Venmo is gone. My Venmo was permanently banned. They said I violated community guidelines. I don't know what the fuck that means. But I called them and they said, "Yeah, you're done. You're done. You got." They actually, this was the exact words they said. Um, they said you would be better off finding somewhere else to do your payment transaction. That was the exact quote from the lady. I couldn't understand because she wasn't from this country. So you know, but
It's always nice.
guys, don't these are great opportunities to win prizes for extremely cheap. And like I said, Whatnot, you can catch stuff on the Whatnot app, where you can catch items where you can pay small amounts of money, $10, and you could possibly win a 1 gram, or you could possibly win a 10-ounce bar or a gram of
Right.
gold. It just depends on what they're doing in their games. But uh, people that knock these, they knock them because they don't understand them.
Right.
So
Now,
if you play with the right people that live by the motto of you want to get a great coin for a great price, this is how you do it. Because like I said,
sure.
if I told you bin $8 on this bar, if I said bin $8 on this bar, I'm pretty sure every single person, including the people in the FYP, including the people that are in ghost mode, would all say bin $8. Can we
Yeah.
agree?
Of course.
Yeah.
And one thing, guys, too, is we want you to know, like, we are not promoting you to do anything that you
Nope.
don't feel safe with your money. Okay?
Yep.
We
100%.
want you to know that we want only people to do this in a safe and smart manner. Okay? We are not saying that
Yes.
everybody's going to go out there and for $8 get a 5 ounce bar. Okay? It
No.
doesn't happen that way. Irish,
but
smart ass.
but but
But, go ahead.
but it's extremely possible. Like
Oh, but it is
it does
extremely
happen.
possible. Yeah, I won 2 ounces of gold for $12. Okay,
Yes.
so it does happen. It does happen. But at the same
7 minutes.
time, we don't want to uh give you false hope that it just happens and it
Yeah.
doesn't, every time you play and all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. Do what's smart for yourself and be safe about it and be smart about it and only play within your means
Yeah.
and have fun with it. Just look at it that way. Have fun with it.
Hey, and also that comes to with purchasing too. Don't think that that
Yeah.
just has to do with don't think that that just has to do
With just the games, with
with
everything.
just the games.
Yeah.
It comes to purchasing, guys, and remember, because the guys that do these bin lives, and this isn't just myself and Jeremy, this goes for everybody. Um, this goes for anybody that you're going to be binning items off of on TikTok. Okay, we only go on 1 to 2 days a week. Some more, some go on. I don't. I'm just saying most average 1 to 2 days. That's our days that we sell on this platform to the people. So when you come in and bin something, that item goes away. Nobody else can buy it for the remainder of the show. Now, if you don't pay
Right.
for that item, if you don't pay for that item when the invoice is sent, we have to wait
We
a whole
lose.
another week.
Yeah.
We have to wait a whole
To
another
try to
week to
sell it.
resell that
Yeah.
item. Now, what happens if the spot price drops out and now we have
Yeah.
to sell that item for less when we could have sold it
Right.
in the show? So that's why it's important, guys, to buy inside your means. Not only play if you're doing games, play games inside your means.
Come on.
Um, don't play with money you don't have.
Yeah.
Don't play games with money you don't have because that's even worse. That's even worse when you're playing on these and the host thinks that they got their $400 to cover their bar, and then five people say, "Oh, sorry, I got a tab till 2 weeks, or I got a tab until I do a live."
Yeah.
That hurts the whole process.
I
So
got somebody
that
right now that hasn't paid me for 3 weeks ago.
yeah, so all
It's
that does is
ridiculous.
it hurts everything. Um, I could say I know a lot of people get in over their heads on the games. So, anyone that we're talking about this, that we're promoting it to, make sure you're playing inside your means. Make sure your money that you have. Just because somebody else can buy $40 spots doesn't mean you can. Doesn't mean you see them winning a lot. That means you should go in and start buying all these um, because you're just going to dig yourself into a hole that you can't get out of, and you're going to
Right.
wind up playing just to win the items, to sell them to pay off your tabs, or to send them to other people to pay off your tabs, and that helps
Yeah.
absolutely nobody. That just creates a circle clusterfuck that nobody can get out of because now the seller's out of the money. But okay, yeah, okay, that's cool. I got a 10-ounce bar on the way. Okay, but I still
Uh-huh.
have to sell that 10-ounce bar. So I
Yeah.
lost out on the possible of selling it that day to someone who had the money. Now I have to sell another one just to get my money back. So it creates this whole round robin of shit. So whether it's bins or whether it's playing on games, don't play with money you don't have. Play inside your means, and it can stay fun and cheap for everybody. But
Yeah, just be smart about it, guys. It doesn't do any good for anybody. It doesn't good for yourself. It doesn't do any good for the seller or the person running the card. And some of these people, they go on every day. They have multiple accounts and they go to different accounts and they sell and sell and sell in different accounts and they do this and that and everything else. And yeah, it just gets overwhelming and they play the cards and they have it, but everybody needs to get taken care of. If it's almost like a contract, guys. If you say you're going to take a spot, cover it. If you're going to get an item, cover it because it trickles downhill and it affects a lot of people. A lot of people do this because they need that income. They're not doing it because they just, you know, like sitting here for hours on end to do this. They do it because they need it to like for myself. Some people do, but I don't. Okay, I'm one of those ones that I need this to justify or not justify, but to live. You know what I mean? This helps me with my living costs. And if I don't get paid and I'm buying more stuff thinking, "Oh, I'm going to have this much money coming in on tabs," and then you
mhm.
guys don't pay, then guess what? Not only am I out the money that I put out because I thought I was getting paid, I'm also out the money getting it from you guys to pay your tabs for the first time I bought it.
Yep, yep. So it turns
So
into
it's
this
a
whole.
huge cluster and it's
Mhm.
horrible.
Yep, and um, people need to just be educated, and that's the point of this. It's the education.
Right.
It's the education purpose, and we're going to do this every week with a
Yep.
different topic from 8 to 9 every single week, and we're going to have a new topic where people can learn about things, and we can talk, and we can forum at the end. Like I said, it gets a little bit better every week. More people come in. We're just getting started, and we're going to keep doing this to keep putting out education on. Again, on TikTok's platform, everything outside education, everything outside of
Education. Yeah.
TikTok as well. Things people may know, things people may not know. Um,
And
just to
guys,
put
like
that
we said
education out.
before, if you have suggestions on topics you want us to cover, and you want to put them in the chat or you want to send us messages, please feel free
Hmm.
to do that because we want to cover what you guys want to know about,
Yep.
so that we, can help you with whatever you want to learn about.
Hmm. So, as always, guys, I'm going to end the show the way I always end it.
Yep.
Another great show, another a great hour of education. So I'm going to end the show as I always end the show. Uh, Guys, nothing but peace, nothing but love. Do not spread hate. Spreading hate is not good for anybody. Remember, good things come back to you tenfold. Bad things come back to you tenfold. So always spread that peace and always spread that love, and great things will always happen to you. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm gonna let Jeremy end it the way he ends it, and we're gonna get out of here.
Same kind of thing, y'all. Like I always do. Live for today because tomorrow may never come, guys. Get out there, do your one thing, be kind to somebody because kindness will come back to you, guys. We appreciate you being here. We love y'all, and there is no us without you. So, guys, we will see you next Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel. And as always, we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Peace and love, y'all.